While climate change is a global threat, the impacts of the climate crisis are always local. The heat dome in British Columbia in summer of 2021 killed 619 people in 4 days, and one of them was nearly my stepdaughter, who's in her late 30s. But a lot of people forget the first $1 billion extreme weather event in Canada was right here in Edmonton in 1987, when the tornado touched down in the trailer park, killed 27 people, I think it's 27 people, and had 300 injured. And they had early warnings at Environment Canada put out, but it led to changes. It led to more Doppler radar. It led to better warning systems. But Dr. Gordon McBain, who founded the Centre for Catastrophic Loss Reduction at the University of Western Ontario, talks about going to Edmonton to the trailer park and seeing what happened, and knowing that the people, even if they had warnings, there were no below-ground shelters for people from tornadoes. This is a climate event that happened in 1987. Gordon went back years later because he wanted to see if they'd followed the advice on adaptation that came from a group of experts, and wanted to see if they had installed below-ground shelters to get away from killer tornadoes in time. And what he found was they had taken action. They had something new built. It was a statue and a shrine and a memorial to the people who died. But they still had no sirens, and they still had no underground shelters. We need to make sure that the federal government understands they need partnerships fast across Canada with the local order of government leadership, and they need to talk to the firefighters, they need to talk to the first responders, and they need to prepare in advance. It's not good enough to have money flow to a community after the disaster has hit. We need to save lives now. These things touch us in a deep way. They are not just one day's news story and turn the page and then it's over. It's never really over if you've been pulled from your home and don't know if you're ever going to see it again. We can do much, much better as a nation in both preparing for extreme weather events and shifting away from fossil fuels as quickly as we can to keep the level of those extreme events as low as is humanly possible given where we already are.